I'm also got the great honour of being one of this year's joint presidents of the NUJ across the United Kingdom, and we're a strange union in that we're also the Journalists' Union in the Republic of Ireland. This is a dispute that is two-dimensional. We've heard a lot about the attack on Phill being an attack on trade unions and trade union rights. It's also, as Phill and Bill have said, an attack on journalism. Local journalism is at the core of the democratic health of any community. We need journalists who know what is going on in any community. Somebody with 30 years experience of a particular community is far too valuable for anybody to waste. The knowledge is supreme. He knows what's going on in this town, and it is that aspect of journalism, as well as the trade union aspect, which are so vitally important. Journalists get into digging and finding out about things. One of my colleagues, Chris Morley, who you heard from a little bit earlier, has been doing some digging about the guy who bought the Rotherham Advertiser a few months ago. As Phill said, he's a guy called Nick Alexander. We suspect that he's in this just for a few years. He's going to hang on to the paper and then he's going to sell out to one of the big corporations. The corporations, four of which dominate local publishing, certainly across England, and by cost-cutting restrict the amount of local news that we can report. We've lost hundreds, if not thousands, of jobs in the last 10 years, and that affects how well we as journalists can reflect any community. Nick Alexander is the son of a father. His father, Richard Alexander, was an MP, a Tory MP for Newark. He supported the UDM during the miners' strike. His son, Nick, is on the committee of the Grove and Rufford Hunts. So maybe he's got us as our foxes in his sights. He's their rep on the Countryside Alliance, yet he's running a newspaper in one of the greatest industrial towns of South Yorkshire. So whether you write to him following the links on the NUJ website to protest about trade union rights, or you write to him to protest about the attack on journalism, please do let him know and his colleagues know what you think of his attack on Phill and the attack that he's making on the paper that he has just bought, because he is undermining probably one of its very greatest assets. And I'd like to finish by saying a really big thank you to the NUJ for every other union that is represented here today. Those who are represented on the Yorkshire and Humber Regional TUC who backed our motion at the regional AGM for support for local papers. Please bear with us, keep up fighting for local journalism, because we want to be able to report what you are doing and the fight that's ahead for all of us. Thank you very much.